Finding Amy. I am having a snow day, another one. I don't know if you can see the snow falling, and I'm probably too far away, but we have had so much snow this year. And in fact, that little rodent, Phil, you got it wrong, because ever since you said we were going to have an early spring, we've had nothing but snow. Just saying. It's time to retire that Phil. It's completely a bad Phil. Just saying. I am 24 days away from my surgery. 20 days before I leave for Vegas and 10 before I start my pre-op diet. Oh my gosh, it's getting so close. So I knew I was going to have to tell friends and family, but I'm going to take you through the steps of that, because there's some things that I don't know if you guys know about my journey, because in my intro, I think I left some of this out. Years ago, I wanted to do the surgery, and I know I told you guys about that, and I just didn't have the support I needed. Well, when I met my husband, he knew I wanted to have surgery, and he knew it didn't happen and all that stuff. So he was not surprised when I started bringing it up again. And I kind of like would bring it up in spurts. I would talk about it and then I'd let it go. And then I really let it go for a long time after we found out with his insurance, there's a rider against weight loss surgery, which I think is total shit. I'm honestly, because here's the thing. People who are morbidly obese, there are comorbidities. Now, I'm fortunate that I don't have all these things, but there are tons of people that do. Diabetes, heart disease, tons of stuff that goes on with them. And literally, insurances are like, no, we're not going to do it. That's asinine. Not only does it cost them more money to take care of these issues, when I went to go get my hand surgery to fix the nerve damage, not one thing was said. I'm trying to fix my health and get off the weight before it literally kills me, and they will say no. That is fat discrimination. I'm sorry. It just is. And something needs to really be done about it. Anyways, again, another story for another day. So I had told him, and I kind of let it go on the back burner. And I was really upset because nothing could be done. And then another coworker had surgery, and she went to Mexico, and it was like a fraction of the cost. And then after talking with her, I did find out I could use my insurance through my work. I'd have to get off of his insurance, be off of it for a year. And then I would have to do all these hoops, jump through these hoops. And, they involve a weight loss program that is approved, exercise program, and all these things you have to pay for. But also, I found out through my coworker, she told me that our copay, our actual out-of-pocket expense with that surgery is $10,000. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? With insurance, it costs us that much? And I thought, there's no way. I mean, I can go to Mexico for $4,000 to $5,000. Why is it so much more? And then I had thought about it. I tried talking myself into it over and over again. And I was like, okay. And I called. I had a consultation with them. I had talked with them about it. And I just would never firm up a date because it scared me. It's another country. And I don't know. I just couldn't do it because I was terrified of going to another country for a surgery. And when I told my husband this, he was like, oh, what are you going to do now? And I was like, I don't know. And then I found out that, and he was like, well, we can do whatever. We'll do whatever we need to. I was like, yeah, it's a lot of money. Well, I ran across a place here in the United States that's kind of like Mexico, and it has the all-inclusive type thing, kind of the resort type feel. And I thought, oh, this is it. It is more expensive than Mexico, but we wouldn't have to pay airfare because we're close enough to drive. It's in Vegas. We like Vegas. And so I was like, this is it. But it was still, a chunk of change. And I thought, wow, that's a lot to spend, and I kind of put it off again. And over it was actually in December, one of our kiddos had a program at school, actually at the school I work at. And my mother-in-law and my husband came to watch it, and she happened to make a comment about my coworker, my friend that had the surgery, and how great she looked. And although I am so happy for her, I really am, it's phenomenal. I couldn't help but feel a little envious because I wanted it to be me. And I was like, yeah, she looks wonderful. I wish it was me, but it's not, type of thing. I didn't say that, but that's how I felt. And so when we got through everything, I went back to my class, and because we finished watching the part that our little one was in, and I said, I got to go back. And my husband, after work, he was like, that really bugged you. And I was like, it doesn't bug me. I'm happy for her, but I'm frustrated for me. And he's like, well, what do we have to do? You were talking about it and then you didn't. And I was like, it's a lot of money for just me to do something for me. And he was like, whoa, wait. And I was like, what? It's a ton of money, I'm cheap, like a little bird, cheap. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't spend that kind of money on just myself. And he was like, what do you mean just yourself? He goes, you'd be spending it for you. You'd be spending it for me. You would be spending it for our children. You'd be spending it for our future. And he's a great man. He's a wise man too, because he's right. I would be doing all those things that would be helping not only myself, but I would be living my life to the max. I would shed my fat coat. I would do all those things that I want to do, and the things that I said that I wanted to be able to accomplish. And I would be the star in my own life. And I deserve that. Everyone deserves that. And he was like, it's not just for you. And so I had to change some thinking. And thanks, babe. So in December, I called and I made the appointment. I set up my time. I paid my down payment. And that was it. I was like, yeah. And so I knew that meant now I have to talk about it with everyone else, what I want to do. The first ones I told, actually, our oldest was here in town for the holidays, and so were my parents. So it was a grand opportunity to talk about it. I told my older kids first, and they had gone through a lot of this with me, my failures. They had gone through no, we can't bring that in the house because mom can't control herself. They had gone through all of that. Even my daughter-in-law had experienced some of it with, me doing shots and crazy stuff and, saying, nope, we're not bringing that in the house. And, we had dealt with this. And so they were all very excited for me. I told my parents, they were not shocked because I talked about it before. My dad wanted to know about the actual procedure, what I was planning on doing, because, there's different ones. And years ago, I wanted to just have the bypass. But now they've made such great strides with everything else. So I was like, yeah, this is what I want with the sleeve. And so I told them about the surgery and, nothing but support. In fact, they're actually going to come, and because of how my surgery is, I am going back to work, but my mom and dad's going to come and actually help with just, regular everyday stuff, just because there's only so much that my husband can do, and they're retired and they want to be able to check up on me. I told my in-laws, and they didn't know all of my back history, and they didn't know about me wanting to have surgery before because I hadn't really talked about it with them. And I hadn't kind of taken through the run through of how many times I tried to do that, going to a doctor even. And, you know, I kind of just took them through some of that and walked them through, and they're super supportive. And, you know, how can we help? What do we need to cook when we get all together? And, you know, that sort of thing. So everything was really great. I had told my one coworker, my friend who had had the surgery before, I told her over break. I guess it was my two assistants, and because I knew that they would need to know what was going on. I guess more people at work had found out. I decided to talk to the little guys, my little guys, and because I wanted to be able to tell people in my timing, and I knew the little one would immediately, my youngest son, he would literally spill the beans before I was ready. And literally he did, moments after I told him, literally, we said, hey, this is my business. Ma gets to tell it when she wants to. He immediately went to go tell somebody. So we kind of had to shut him down because I wasn't ready for that. Because at that point, I guess, I don't think I had told my boss yet. So when I was telling my friends and family, I started off, I did call my best friend. I told her, she lives back east, and I told her over the phone. She was excited for me. Then I had told, I guess it was probably my family back east through Facebook Messenger, my group message. And I just kind of put it out there. I found out when my cousins is going to have the surgery, and she was excited, and she's going to follow my journey. She said, hey, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Next, I told my family here, like the cousins and aunts and everything, and everyone's supportive. And then once that happened, I did put it on my regular Facebook wall, and I said, hey, guys, this is what's happening. If you haven't heard, hey, I'm having weight loss surgery. And everyone has been just really gracious and kind in saying how much they supported me, and they would be praying for me. And I appreciate all of them. No one has said anything negative. And if they think anything negative about it, they're keeping it to themselves. And I appreciate that as well. And I appreciate you guys for joining me on this journey and helping me stay accountable. I wanted to make sure, even before pre-op and going through my many food funerals, that I wasn't going crazy and gaining weight, and I was remaining true to my mission, and that is to be a healthier me. So I appreciate all of you who have left me comments, who have talked to me in person, who sent me messages. I love every one of you, and I appreciate everything that you're doing for me and all your encouragement. So keep it up. If you have any questions, feel free to send me either a message or leave me a comment. I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks for joining me. Everyone have a blessed day. I'm going to go and see if we can go enjoy some of the snow outside and just have a good afternoon. All right. See you later. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to... Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my... I'll get it right in a second. Give me a minute. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.